Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Diadem Icon Infinity Pro. Now unfortunately I haven't hit the previous Icon paddles before, but I'll still talk about the paddle as it is and compare it to other edgeless paddles that I have hit before. This is an edgeless elongated paddle with a 13.7mm core thickness and a 5.5-inch handle, but the unique part about it is that it has a removable edge guard and the core features a double foam layer, similar to what Yola introduced with the Gen 3s. Finally, for the swing weight we got 113, and for the twist weight we got 5.85. Now even though it does have an edge guard, the paddle doesn't have the feel of a traditional paddle that does have one. For starters, this is a much thinner edge guard than most, that doesn't go over the edges of the paddle face, but just sits on the sides as more of a protective barrier. I think the paddle feedback is more similar to an edgeless paddle, so if you're familiar with that more hollow plywood-like feel on paddles like the Selkirk Power Air, that's what I would say the Icon feels like. The edge guard it does have serves more as perimeter weighting, so I would call the Icon an edgeless paddle with a bit more stability from its added weight. That said, it is nice being able to replace the edge guard in case any damage does come to it, and if you really want, you could remove the edge guard entirely to make the paddle lighter, but I personally wouldn't recommend that. The paddle I would say the Icon is most similar to is the new edgeless Holbrook Aero series, as those come out of the box with extra built-in perimeter weighting. They're both up there in terms of stability and power for edgeless paddles because of that extra weight. Now the big difference between the two is that the Icon does have the double foam layer in the core, but I don't think it provides the paddle with the same trampoline effect the Yola Gen 3s get. I've used this paddle for over a week and personally didn't find there to be any break-in period. However, I will say that it does give the Icon an above average sweet spot for an edgeless paddle and a bit more power, but as for the firepower level itself, this is still an all-court leaning control paddle, like many of the edgeless paddles out there. The use of the double foam layer reminded me of the feel of paddles like the Pickleball Ape's Pulse and the Triple J Jubilee. They don't give you a trampoline effect, but they do give you a denser feel and a bit more of a larger sweet spot. That said, like many other edgeless paddles, this does use spray-on grit, and not the peel ply you see on many other raw carbon fiber surfaces. Because of this, the spin is not going to be as durable, and it will wear off quicker, so think spin durability that is similar to a Selkirk Power Air. Overall, I think it's a solid edgeless paddle, although a bit on the pricier side. If you are a fan of edgeless paddles because you enjoy their feel, this could be a solid one to consider because it is pretty customizable and does have more stability than others out of the box, and if you do want to pick one up, I've added my discount code here, as well as a link to buy them in the video description below.